Okay guys, this is a 2010 WR250R, and what we're going to do is we're going to remove the exhaust servo. This has had the Power Core 4 on it for years. I bought it with all that on there, and I actually just wanted to kind of take the servo off. It's been disconnected obviously because it only connects to the stock exhaust, but it's hidden underneath this cover. I'm just trying to kind of get rid of extra things I don't need, and what I did is I bought this little what do you call it, override thing to plug into the servo so that you don't get an engine light. This is the least expensive one I could find, and it's pretty clean. It's not as clean as maybe the one more expensive, the Graves one, but we'll see how this works and plugs in, and I'll put a link down below to it, and I appreciate any likes and subscribes. I hope this helps. What I'm going to do is I'll probably just start doing the disassembly, and hopefully I'll learn how to do fast forward for you guys. So this is on the left side of the bike, the left cover, and it's a 5mm Allen wrench. I will start taking this off and just kind of give you the play-by-play. But I also want to take the AIS off. Now, I hate buying those little block-off plates. It cost me like 25 bucks just to get one to my door, so I might make my own. But the AIS, as you guys know, is up here, right here. That air intake system, and then you got to block your flapper. So I might do that in a second video later. But right now I have a little bit of what I call popping upon you know, decel and things like that. So I was going to get rid of that AIS, but this cover, if you can see, I don't know if you've ever taken these off before, most people have, but it snaps in right here on the left side. It's got this prong on a rubber grommet, and then it's mated in a slide effect here, so it's got to come down. The white's got to come down, so you just pull it down because it's mated in with these teeth in here, and it kind of is under the seat a little bit, but it's actually quite easy, so no big deal. You guys can see how that's shaped there, popping into the rubber grommet. It shares the same rubber grommet as the blue one, just for those who haven't touched their bike too much. So as you can see, we're down looking at this servo. I think you guys can see it. I'm going to drop this a little more for you. See if I can get it down even lower. Get right in there. So let me just tighten this up and get right in here, and we will have a better view. Let me make sure you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you guys know, the only trick to this thing, it's not a big deal, is that you have these bolts right here that go to this battery clip. As you can see, I'll take this off. This battery clip right here is hooked to the bottom of this, and this little clip is bolted to this. Now, you're going to steal the spacers from the servo. We're getting rid of this piece of meat. So I have no engine light now. I'm going to plug in my new adapter thing, and like I said, there'll be a link below. But right now, I'm going to go grab the wrench for that, so hang on 1 second. Okay guys, we're back, and we're going to pull this servo off. I believe these are 8 mils, I forget, but I'll double check for you. I've got the Met wrench set, so they're a little more flexible. You'll see a video in my thing about Met wrench, which I love. So yeah, I think this is what, my 8 mil? Yeah, I think so. So you're taking out these little guys, and on both sides, and we will then take that servo out, and we'll grab the spacers so we still have our battery box or battery strap hook. Okay, you can see the clip coming out. We'll grab all this at once. Oh, there goes the screw, of course. You can see that clip. Let me grab my screw while I can reach it. Okay, and here is our servo. Now, where is this sucker plugged into? Okay, so we're gonna pull off a couple of these things. I'll back up a little so you can see. Okay, so this thing's kind of in the way here, so we'll take this off of its little rubber slide. You can just pop that off. It comes out from underneath this, okay. Okay, so here is, and then we'll pop this one off too. Get that out of the way, and now we can track where our servo is going. So our servo goes all the way up here, and let's see where she is. Well, actually it doesn't matter, I forgot. So we'll go back to this. We're not worried about where it goes. I forgot about that. So I'm going to push this clip and hopefully get this off. See if I can get that off. I'll use a little pry job on this. Okay, so that's a push clip, and I will pry it off. There you go. It's a push clip. Press it in at the end here, see that? And I just pried it a little bit with my bracket. So this is what we're plugging into, and then we'll zip tie that up. So the servo's off pretty easy, as you can see. Now remember, we're stealing these little spacers. I think they're the metal ones that we need here. I don't know if we need the actual rubber ones. It might be nice to have those too. But we'll steal these metal ones out of here. These little guys, so we can put our battery thing back on. You can see those. Hope I can show you there. Okay, and then I'll steal both of these. Now I may wind up pulling the rubber ones out too, just so you know. I mean, these come out pretty easy, but if you ever have trouble with your rubber going in or out, just put some armor all on them. That works perfectly and conditions them all at the same time. So I think I'll steal the rubbers too, just so I have a nice quiet bracket. So you can just push these out from one side. These one don't even need armor all. Okay, they're both out. Okay, so we got our bushings for the plate. And we're going to take our little unit that we just bought, and we are going to plug her directly in here. And it looks like it's a direct plug-in. So I'm just double checking. You can see there's plastic in there, and then there's metal. So it doesn't seem like it actually fits that great. There's no lock, which is a little disappointing. You would think this thing would come with a lock mechanism. Let me see. It doesn't appear to lock. Oh, that's too bad. Well, let me see why this isn't locking. It appears as though it has the right fitting, but it doesn't go in there. I hope these little plastic things are okay. So it's not fitting great, this one. Maybe that's what I get for trying to save money. Okay, there we go. No, still doesn't lock great. All right, I'm gonna work on this, and I'll let you know my update as to whether it locks in or not. Doesn't feel very watertight either. So I'll double check on this and see if I can get it to click in. It's got a notch there like it wants to click in, but I don't see it clicking in. Okay, I'll be back in a minute after I work on this and see if I can get it to all fit in there. Talk to you in a minute. Okay guys, I'm not sure what was wrong with plugging it in, but I did get, all of a sudden it just went in. I kept looking for like a rough edge or something that wasn't cooperating. I didn't really spot it, but then it just shoved in. So hopefully yours doesn't give you any issues, but it finally went in deep enough to click in and lock, so it's secured now. Okay, so as you know, I didn't need to take these off because I didn't need to follow that wire, so I'll just push these back on real quick. Not a big deal, but so don't go taking those off like I did, don't need to. Let's see here if I can get these on. So put that back together there, and that's nice and tight in there. We'll put this one up in here, just like that. Hang it on its hook. Okay, so those are all back in place, snugged up. And the wire's good there. This wire's fine. We'll tuck it in there. Okay, so this thing, don't know which direction we should keep it in terms of how we should zip tie it in there, but I guess I will just maybe bring it back up. Maybe I should have plugged it in while it was on the other side first and then got it into here, but I will figure that out in the next couple of minutes and let you guys know what I do with it. I guess I could go on the outside. and then just shove it up in here. Well, either way, you guys can figure out a place to shove it, and we'll go from there. Let's see here. I don't want it to be sticking and hitting that cover. Is there any room behind this? There is a little room behind this. Maybe I'll get it back in there. Let me see if I can get this thing. Maybe you do want to pull these things off after all. Okay, so I'll fast forward some of this if I can learn how to fast forward. And I'll pull this back up through here. I think it'll fit, maybe. There, it did fit, and hopefully the rest of it fits. What am I running into? I'm running into the plastic plate, so maybe it won't fit until I take it apart. Ah, come on, baby. Just caught on this plastic plate a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, so I got it back up through there. There appears to be some room back in here. Maybe I will shove it into there and have this thing go way up into there. Let's see if that works. So this wire is shoved deep in there. Then when I come back in with this, it'll lock that in somewhat. I'll keep this behind this as well. So that's not too cooperative right there. So I'll go, I got any slack on that? Let me get a little space behind this thing there. I'll shove that wire in there. This one will go on top of it. So that kind of is nice. And then this one back to its original position, which was where? Oh, down here, right? Okay, so that looks pretty good. Can you guys see all that? I think you can. I'll turn the thing up a little bit more. Okay, so if you want to fast forward, I don't blame you. But that is tucked in, and bend this wire downward. That wire's clean. Our servo is gone, as you can see. Wires are tucked nice. Cover's going to go over that. It's pretty well shielded from rain. And you guys can see that. And now we'll go back in with our battery clip. So I'm going to go, like I said, with the these metal guys and the rubber. I'll come in like that, I guess. Does that make sense? Keeping the fat side out. Let's see what happens if I do that. Where's our clip? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we got our battery box clip. So when I tighten this down, and I could go this doesn't actually fit through that hole, so that doesn't really matter. So either way, this is the same. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to slide my two nuts right through there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then we can just fish it in here. Try not to let it fall apart on you while you get it in there. Okay, so let's say we have that in position. Oh, of course I dropped it. There we go. Well, we'll do one at a time. You just need to do one, so you don't have too many things to hold. And I'll get my wrench ready. So if your wrench is ready, you put it right on there. Get it lined up for the hole, and we start spinning. Make sure it threads properly. Let's see where we're at. Go above the wire. Okay, let's see. How's that look? Yeah, that's nice. And before I get too tight, I'll put the other guy in. And I have the stiff side. There we go. We got to go like this. Fish that through there. And we're in business. Put your wrench on it. Okay. So, oh, duh. You guys notice that? I put it on upside down. You didn't tell me? Appreciate that. All right, let me see here. Come back out. Flip this whole thing over. Must have been drinking. I don't drink. Just kidding. Okay, back the other way. Do that one more time just so you guys get the hang of this. Right side up. Don't go upside down like I did. Okay, we got one in, and we got almost two, like a surgeon, for the second time. There we go. See how nice that is? So no issues losing your Wrench goes on. Snug her up. Oops, lost my socket. Don't want that to vibrate loose. Nice and tight. Everything's flush. Everything's clean. I have lost my servo weight. I don't know how much that thing weighs. Let me grab a hold of it and see. I probably should weigh it for you guys. It only weighs a few ounces. Maybe a pound. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to turn the key on. See what happens. Take you guys for a ride up here. Key on, and we have no engine light. Typically, the engine light would kick right on. I hate to start this thing in the garage, but I will for you guys. Let me see. Okay, no lights, no lights. So yeah, that light kicking on is just engine light because it's trying to start. But yeah, okay. There you go. You heard it start. No engine light. We are in business. Now all you got to do is reverse that panel, which I'll do for you guys just because I love you and I do appreciate any likes and subscribes. And I hope you motorcycle guy nuts like myself, I hope it helped you out. So again, remember these little teeth? They're the little slide notch jobbies up there, if you can see that. So you just come up onto the seat slightly, line that up, get those teeth. See that one tooth right there? You got to kind of come down. There we go. We popped in and we are sliding upward and inward to meet that blue one. There we go. We wiggled her in. She's flush here, nice and clean crack. Clean crack. Okay, and we will go over here. As you can see, we have our little prongy thing going on our rubber grommet. You got to get that seat lip in a little bit. You can see that seat lip, grommet. You want that grommet to hit, so you got to get it lined up before the seat thing goes in. You got to kind of bend it up so it stays on that grommet. So now you can see that that's on the grommet, and we're in behind the lip, and our screw lines up, and we are in business. Okay, guys, we did it. We're done. We have no engine light. We eliminated that hunk of material, that servo, and your 5 mil, and you are back together again. I hope that helps you guys. There's our last little tightening. See you guys. Okay. And next will be the AIS, and I'll keep you posted on that. I'm going to maybe make a block off plate. I'll let you know if I can figure out how to make one and a couple of plugs. Okay. Talk to you guys later.